Ready? 8, read. 54, Mike. General, fast. Get that ball. Get that ball. 49, check 49, check 49. Check. Check out. Ready.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
You. Check 43. Check 9. 80 weapon. You're out. Switch.
A give to Kamara running right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
Down. Came Tucson. -54. I don't think you got it, son. Kill. Shoot. Lock it. Let's go.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Hey, watch it. Kill. Let him.
Here's Rodriguez, looking to throw on 2nd down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
54 Mike. Check. Exit. 54. All right, T, let's ready, go.
On 3rd down, Rodriguez. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Schwartz. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 44. Going to give this time to the tailback. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I got one. Watch the shit. You're out. Hey, watch the running.
They'll try the left side. Jefferson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Tighten up, tighten up.
To throw on third down, Martinez. Going to throw right side here, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first and 10, Martinez. He's going to fire one deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. Defensively that time, they were... Zone coverage as a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a first down pickup of 8. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
You got tape. You got tape. 66. Bullet hard. Ready.
Running with Kamara. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
But he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Ready,
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Check 26, check 26. Check 31, check 31. Hatchet. Check protein spin. Check the backer. Check safety.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Let's go.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Let's get there. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Watch the screen. Pass.
They'll run on 1st down. Jefferson, and he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Get him. 80. 57. Mike. Bud. Defense. Our time.
A first throw for the backup, Rosen. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Hey, alert. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Alpha.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ready. Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. That's right, baby. They don't want it. Big air.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 2nd and 9 now. Completes this one to Meredith. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Go get him. Mike 54.
Rodriguez from the gun on third down. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Early in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll run it now out of the gun. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
57's the mic. Rock 57.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. That is caught at the 7. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Rodriguez going to throw again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Rodriguez. Throw left side complete. It's Horton. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Hey, Zoo.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rosen. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. That one, a first down pickup of 8. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On first down, Jefferson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
25, check 25, check 25.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
180. 3 bud, 3 bud, 3 bud. He's checking, he's checking. Middle. Monday. 57 to mine.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
We want it. Come to my world.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So jumping from his free safety spot.
That tells you how aggressive they are in defense, doesn't it? They get everyone involved. He was a little too fast on that play.
On 2nd down now. Jefferson, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action here with Rosen. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Rosen now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down.
Monday. Check 99. Alert 3. Alert 3. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Check 4. He's coming. He's 80. Double up.
They'll run on first down. Jefferson. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Check the out.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get.
And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Slam. Check. On
1st down, Jefferson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
I got this.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Alert. They're not ready for this.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th.
Go! On that. 57. Mike, 57. Here we go, D. Get off the field. Go! 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Watch the run. They're running it.
Here we go on 4th down with Rosen. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Rosen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run on 1st down. Jefferson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. 1st down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Alert. Mike's 47. Mike's 47. Hey, keep it up. Hey, seam 6. 47 is the Mike. 47 is the... Alert. Go.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Taking a shot for Samuel. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Extra point up and through. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.  29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29 line. 29
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll keep it on the ground. Jefferson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. On third down, Jefferson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be fourth down. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick here is good. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw is Rodriguez. Throwing on 3rd and long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jeffrey Simmons picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Looking to throw, Rodriguez. And that's caught inside the 30. A breakaway from Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 82 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Saints 17. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Right back to him on 1st down. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. They'll try the left side. Jefferson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
Motion, motion, motion. Hold, Monday. Hey, exit. 57 to Mike. You must be dreaming. Mike's 57's Mike. Hey.
Throwing now is Rosen. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Next to score, Panthers 27, Saints 17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. A 4th quarter score from the Meadowlands. The Redskins have scored yet again. They've really opened that one up. A win would be just their 2nd of the year if they could hold on. Rodriguez now throwing to start the drive. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Show it. 49. Check 49. Check 49. Lock it. Check out. Check out.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Rodriguez operating from the gun. He's going to let it fly. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Thomas, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Rodriguez throwing again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't even mind if people are at your house when you get home after a win like that.
So for the Panthers, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.